Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to online learning session. Okay, so I am Mr. Amul Yadav. So today we are going to discuss about the important component of reaction turbine. Okay, so we already covered basic three component of reaction turbine. That is the scroll casing, then guide vanes, and then runner vanes. Okay, so last part is remaining, that is the draft tube. Okay, so drop tube is a very important component in a reaction turbine, okay? Because drop tube is only used in reaction turbine only, okay? So in impulse turbine, we does not use any drop tube, okay? So why we use a drop tube in reaction turbine? Okay, today we will discuss about this in detail, okay? So drop tube is basically a tube. A tube is a pipe of gradually increasing area which connect the outlet of the runner to the tail rest level. Okay. So these are the basic definition of drop tube. Okay. Now in this course we have to discuss about the definition of drop tube, then function of drop tube, and various types of drop tube. Okay. So next. The definition of drop tube. Okay, so I already discussed about the definition. So it is used for discharge the water from the exit turbine to the tail race level. Okay, and this pipe gradually increasing area is called as drop tube. Okay, so why this area is gradually increases? Okay, so you can understand from this diagram. Okay, so in case of reaction turbine, okay, so pressure at the pressure and kinetic energy at the inlet is maximum. Okay, so after the water passing from the runner, okay, so the pressure, so kinetic energy is kinetic and pressure energy is converted into, sorry, so basically all the pressure energy is converted into kinetic energy at the outlet of the reaction turbine. So basically at the outlet of the turbine, so pressure falls to below the atmosphere. Okay, so we have to remove this water from this turbine. Okay, or we can say remove the water from the scroll casing. We have to attach a tube which is cross section area is gradually increases. Okay, so why this area is gradually increases? Because we have to increase the pressure head. Okay, so gradually we increase the pressure head and water comes from the scroll casing to the tail rest level. Okay, so I already talked about this tube is only used in a reaction turbine. Okay, so from this diagram you can understand, here is the water coming from the outlet, turbine outlet. Okay, and then it goes to the tail rest level of water surface. Okay, so the main function of drop tube. Okay, so the drop tube used for increasing the pressure of water coming out from the turbine and discharge it in the tail rest level. Okay, so I already discussed the drop tube. The main function of drop tube is we have to convert the kinetic energy of the water into the pressure energy. Okay, so with the help of increasing cross section. Okay, so these are the various functions. So it converts large portion of kinetic energy. So as we know, at the outlet the pressure kinetic energy of water is maximum. Okay, and at reject at outlet, so turbine use full pressure energy. Okay, without drop tube the kinetic energy rejected at the outlet of the turbine will goes west to the tail rest level. So इसका मीनिंग क्या है कि जब वाटर टर्बाइन से बाहर आता है, ओके, सो उसका काइनेटिक एनर्जी बहुत मैक्सिमम रहता है. सो वो जब एनर्जी हम हेड में कन्वर्ट नहीं करते हैं तो क्या होता है, जो भी काइनेटिक एनर्जी है वो लूज हो जाता है. सो उसकी वजह से हेड का भी क्या होता है, हेड का भी उस पर इफेक्ट होता है. सो हेड इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर इन ए टर्बाइन. ओके, बिकॉज if you see in the water power formula, the water power is rho QGH. So rho QGH means H is the proportional to the water power. So we have to increase the head, so it will get maximum output. Okay, so basically drop tube is used to increase the pressure head. Okay, so if you attach the drop tube at the outlet of the turbine, okay, so we will get the effective head. Okay, and will increase the efficiency of the turbine. So drop tube is basically used for the increase the efficiency of the turbine. Okay, you can say. So now there are various types of drop tubes are there. Okay, So first one is a conical drop tube. Okay, so it also known as straight divergent tube. So just like a ice cream cone, we can say. Okay, so it is a simple divergent tube, increased area. The shape of this type of tube is similar to the frustum of the cone. Okay, so the cone angle must be equal to 4 degree. Okay, you can see in the diagram, because if you increase the angle, okay, if you take it as the angle as a 10 or 11, then the separation is happened. Okay, so water not contact with the surface of the drop tube, so that's why the EDs formations are there, and then again EDs, due to the EDs, cavitation happens. Okay, so we have to avoid this condition. We have to take angle of cone angle of the tube is 4 degree. Okay, and maximum efficiency of the drop tube is 90% in case of conical drop tube. Okay, so basically how to find efficiency of the drop tube we will discuss later, but shortly I would to say the ratio of conversion of whatever kinetic energy into pressure energy to the inlet kinetic energy of the turbine. So this is the efficiency of the drop tube. Okay, so next slide will cover the part of the efficiency of drop tube. Okay, next, second type of drop tube is simple elbow tube. Okay, so this is the simple elbow tube, means we can say our hand bending in 90 degree. Okay, just like water comes from the outlet of the casing. Okay, so it goes in a 90 degree. Okay, so as the diameter of drop tube should be as maximum possible, but at the same time flow separation should not take place. The length of drop tube must be more. Okay, so in this case, to have defined the length in such a cases, the drop tube must be bent. Okay, so maximum efficiency is only about 60%, and this type of tube not rarely used. Okay, conical drop tube is basically rarely used. Okay, in real practice. Okay, so next, third type is elbow having square outlet. Okay, so this type of drop tube is useful where large excavation is necessary. Okay, this has large cross section at outlet, which recovers more kinetic head at the outlet. Okay, so our main purpose is to increase the or we can say change the kinetic head. Okay, so this type of tube cover this maximum possible head. Okay, now then this is generally used with Kaplan turbine. Okay, so maximum possible efficiency is 70%. Okay, then next one is Modi spreading cone. Okay, so this type of drop tube is used is employed where straight divergent tube is not able to given sufficient increase in area due to separation problem. Okay, so we can say we have to separate the water from the drop tube. Okay, maximum possible separation is happen. Okay, is due to the Modi separation cone is used. Okay, and main purpose is suitable where water leaves runner with whirl velocity. So whirling velocity is the main component. Okay, so you can discuss in derivation part. Okay, so whirling velocity is the main plays important role while increasing the power of the drop tube. Okay, then this reduce ED's losses and also increase the lift of the life of the drop tube. Okay, so as we know, the main purpose of the drop tube is to separate the water. Okay, easily. Okay, so that's why the Modi spreading cone is used for the water separation. Okay, so maximum possible efficiency will get from this type of tube is 85%. Okay, then next is the efficiency of drop tube. Okay, so basically we can understand the definition, and you can see the diagram. Okay, at the outlet of the turbine. So if you consider in the diagram section 22 and section 33, section 22 is at inlet, or we can say outlet of the turbine, and section 33 is nothing but a outlet of the draft tube. Okay, so whatever draft tube is submerged in water, that length is y. Okay, so the tail rest level to the bottom of the draft tube, that distance is y. Okay, so y is nothing but distance of bottom of draft tube to the tail rest level. So capital L is nothing but the length of draft tube, means from 22 to 33 surface. Then HS is nothing but vertical height of draft tube above the tail rest level. Okay, so basically at the exit of water from the turbine, okay, the whole kinetic energy and pressure energy changes. Okay, so it get negative pressure created at the exit of the turbine. So I already talk about this negative pressure. Okay, because at the inlet of the turbine reaction turbine, there is no any nozzle arrangement is there. Okay, so whatever water comes from the penstock with high kinetic energy and high pressure energy. So after striking the runner, again kinetic energy pressure energy is again converted into kinetic energy. So that's why the whatever pressure changes are happen, and due to these pressure changes, the pressure falls below the atmosphere. Okay, so if below the atmosphere we called as a negative pressure. So due to the negative pressure, waters not come easily come from the scroll casing, so we have to provide a draft tube which has a gradually cross section area. Okay, to overcome this pressure changes, and again we can easily remove the water from the casing. Okay, so to remove the water from the turbine casing, draft tube is used. Draft tube is plays important role. Okay, so we'll just discuss this part. Okay, now if you apply the Bernoulli's equation at section 22 and section 33, okay, so at the outlet of the turbine, the pressure becomes below the atmosphere, and at the inlet of at the exit of the turbine, pressure above the atmosphere. Okay, so we can say atmospheric pressure. So P2 is nothing but P2 is equal to P3, means what? Pressure and pressure at inlet and outlet of the draft tube. So P2 is below the atmosphere, P3 is atmospheric pressure. Keep in mind. Okay, so if you apply the Bernoulli's equation at section 2 and 3, so you can clearly understand. So P2 by W means what? Pressure head at inlet, okay, plus kinetic head at inlet, so V2 square by 2G, plus Z2 is nothing but a datum head, is equal to pressure head at outlet P3 by W plus kinetic head at outlet V3 square by 2G plus Z3. So what is the datum head? Okay, so there is no any datum head at the outlet, so we'll get convert into 0. Now an HA is nothing but loss of water due to friction, or we can say losses due to friction. So whatever water is contact with this draft tube surface, because of this relative roughness of the draft tube surface, the friction losses are happen. So we have to consider in at the outlet. Okay, so next, so if you see the again pressure head plus kinetic head plus obey. Okay, so now from this diagram we can clearly understand. So Z2 is nothing but what? HS plus Y, matlab means at the inlet to the exit, whatever datum head is happened is nothing but HS plus Y. Okay, and is equal to P3 by rho G, means pressure head at outlet plus V2 square V3 square by 2G, plus at the exit datum head is not there, so 0 we can consider as a 0 plus HF. So but pressure head at outlet is a atmospheric pressure. Okay, so we can consider okay, so by using this hydrostatic law properties. Okay, so the datum head at outlet is PA by rho G plus whatever distance. Okay, so that is plus Y. So if you put the value of P3 by rho G in this equation, okay, so we can get the equation P2 by rho g is equal to Pa by rho g. Why we take Pa? Because at the outlet of the drop tube, pressure becomes as atmosphere. Okay, so Pa by rho g plus V3 square by 2g plus Hf minus Hs minus V square by 2g. So from this equation we clearly understand. Okay, so at the pressure, okay, pressure at exit of the runner or inlet of the drop tube is less than the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so this way we have to calculate the pressure at the outlet. Now again, next part is efficiency of drop tube. Okay, so how to find out efficiency? So I already discussed about the definition of, or we can say definition of drop tube. So the ratio of actual conversion of kinetic energy, okay, or we can say kinetic head into pressure head in the drop tube to the kinetic energy head at the inlet of the drop tube. So you can say the efficiency of drop tube is net gain in pressure head. Okay, so whatever changes are happen in drop tube, that is convert kinetic energy to pressure energy, divided by the total kinetic head available at the inlet of the turbine. So you can say the drop tube efficiency is V2 square minus V3 square divided by 2g. That is nothing but V2 minus V3 is nothing but change of inlet to the outlet of the drop tube. Okay, and minus Hf means whatever friction losses are happened, okay, in between water surface and drop tube surface. Okay, divided by V2 square by 2g means whatever kinetic head present at the inlet outlet of the turbine. So this way we have to calculate, we are calculating the drop tube efficiency. Okay, now the learning outcome from this session, the student understood the basic concept of drop tube. Okay, so you can clearly understand why drop tube is necessary and what is the definition of drop tube. Okay, so in simple way, drop tube is used to discharge the water from turbine inlet to the turbine outlet to the tail rest level. Okay, so then various types of drop tubes. So first one is conical drop tube, then square outlet drop tube, okay, then elbow type drop tube, then Modi's separation drop tube. Okay, so these are the four types of drop tubes. Then we again discuss about the how to calculate efficiency of drop tube. Okay, so this part is very important in your SPPU exam. Okay, because one derivation is always there, or we can say theoretical question is always there for on drop tube. Okay, and one problem is there also to find out the efficiency of drop tube. Okay, so thank you.